Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ghost, and I got a story for you guys. So, this story really, I think it psychologically fucked me up as a kid. Like, it scarred me a little bit, and I just want to share with you guys because I think that you enjoy my misery. You sick fucks. So, yeah, let's set the stage here. So, this took place when I was around 8 years old. So if you can imagine an 8-year-old ghost, his balls haven't dropped yet. His voice belongs on an Alvin and the Chipmunks soundtrack. He's just living childhood to its galore. So now, when I was 8, I slept in this bunk bed. Now, I've had this bunk bed for a while, and I hated it with a burning passion. One, because I had so many bad memories of it, and two, is that as an 8-year-old trying to fit into a bunk bed designed for a 5-year-old, I could barely squeeze my ass into the top bunk. Mainly because is that there was probably only a 2.5 foot gap between that and the ceiling, so me slithering in, I'd either rub my ass on the top ceiling, which by the way was like this popcorn ceiling, and if my ass crack was exposed at all, it'd scrape the shit out of it. The other part of this story is my cat Cleo. Now, Cleo is a very unique feline individual because she kind of alienated herself from other animals, mainly because of this weird schedule she kept with herself. What she'd do is that she would go outside and she would leave, straight up leave, for like 2 months at a time. And these 2 months you would not see a trace of her. You wouldn't see her at all. Okay? She'd be gone. And right when you would start to think and wonder where she went and kind of just like thought about, where did she go? Or did she run away? She'd show up again. And when she showed up, she would come inside, eat, sleep. She was very skittish around the other pets because within the 2 months that she was gone, sometimes we would get new pets, Sometimes we'd get new animals because we always had a lot of animals all the time. And so she wouldn't get used to them or, get to know them. And she basically just got really skittish and alienated herself from everything. So her sanctuary happened to be my room. And so the main problem I had which by the way was my fault pretty much, was that I would close my door on this cat in my room, essentially locking this cat in my room, which means she's got no access to a litter box, meaning her next option is in my room. I probably went through 3 mattresses with this cat. Like, she pissed a lot on my bed. She didn't shit as much, but she pissed like a racehorse. I ended up getting one of those plastic sheets for kids that wet the bed because the cat pissed so much in my bed and went through so many mattresses, my parents couldn't afford any more mattresses, so they threw plastic sheets on my bed to save the mattress. By now, 8-year-old me has kind of gotten used to, this. This is part of my life now, is dealing with cat piss. So now I've kind of gotten acquainted to it. I've, opened the door as much as possible for her. I've kind of, adjusted to her. It was kind of like one of those deals, like you have like one of those signs that's like X many days without incident. And this was just X amount of days without pissing incident. I want to say this happened on a Thursday night, but this day was bad. Gotta relive this shit again. Alright, so it was a school night. It was my bedtime. I just brushed my teeth, took a shower. I went into my bed, got all cozy, and fell asleep. Started dreaming, dreaming what 8-year-olds dream. Just boobies and Dragon Ball Z. That's what I was dreaming. Into my 8-year-old paradise, I was ripped out from it by this overpenetrating stench that forced itself into my nostrils. A cat has shit somewhere. I don't know where or why, but a cat is shit. And I gotta get to the bottom of it. So I wake up, half my brain is still trying to wake up. I'm a little disoriented, mainly because I don't have enough oxygen going to my head. I'm just, just breathing in fart fumes at this point. And so I kind of get up a little bit and start to sit up in bed. And as I just go to start to sit up, I feel my back stick to the bed. At first, I'm thinking, like, did I, like, spill, like, soda or something? And then an epiphany hits me. I come to the sudden realization that I am covered head to toe in cat shit. I can't handle this. 8-year-old me can't fathom the idea that a human being can be covered head to toe in shit while being unconscious. It's as if like some weird goblin came and just started scrubbing me with a handful of shit, and I was gone. I was in shock. I was in shit shock. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was in absolute shit shock. So all I could think would do is, I gotta get out of this hellhole, this shit war zone that was my bedroom. So I try to crawl out, slither back out the way I came on this stupid ladder. And by the way, trying to get out of this ladder, I got shit on my feet. So, like, that shit's like banana peels. There is no traction whatsoever because of this, poo ice skating on this ladder. So I almost slip and fall on my face trying to get out. And I'm also trying not to get any more poo anywhere else in the room. So I managed to get out of my hellhole, and I tiptoe into my parents' room, and I give this, this crushed 8-year-old spirit, SOS, cry for help. And my first cry goes out, and I get nothing. I get nothing. Like, it's just soul-crushing silence. And then I give out another one. I hear a rustling in the darkness, and then I hear my mother respond to me. And that, there's always that part of yourself that wants that attention too, that comes with it. Like, you're a child in need, and you always have that sick satisfaction of getting that attention, even though you probably don't deserve it. So now I'm kind of expecting this, helpful attention now from my mother. And I'm like, Mom, the cat shit on me. And there's like a silence of disbelief from her. And she kind of hesitates. She's like, what? And I'm like, the cat shit on me. I got the poo everywhere. And now the glimmer of hope for attention is starting to diminish a little bit. And then she says, well, go take a shower then. So now any attention I was going to get from my parents is now gone. My dad slept through the whole thing, by the way. And my mother just told me to go take a shower, and then she fell right back asleep. So now I'm basically responsible for everything that involves the shit. And so now it's around midnight, and I gather myself up, and I go into the shower, and I scrub myself clean of any diseases, all the bad stuff that was on me. There was a lot, by the way. Now I have to go back to my room, which I have been loathing the entire, 10 minutes I've been scrubbing in the shower. I just not looking forward to this whatsoever. So now I go back into my room and assess the damage. I pick through what's my sheets. Luckily I had the plastic bag, thing over my bed, so it didn't ruin the mattress. But all my blankets are covered in shit, and my pillowcases and all that. And so I take everything out, and I pick through and see if anything, is salvageable for tonight. So I take everything, and I pick through everything, and I go throw it in the wash, and I find one blanket that has not been shit on. This blanket is none other than my baby blanket. And you know, everyone has that baby blanket that they love forever. Because, and even when you're like, 40 and you find it in your closet, you still love that thing to death. So, I basically went to sleep traumatized and tired on the couch with a room filled with poo fumes, and it kind of smelled like a gas chamber at that point. I probably let it air out for like 3 days. So yeah, that's my shit story. You guys enjoyed? Leave a like and subscribe. I'd feel better about it. I don't know about you. Alright, well, have a nice day. I just had to relive that shit for you guys. God.